Hi folks, Debbie Ray here with an update on my kitchen garden. It has been almost 2 months since the garden walk was here, and I have about another week and a half to weed everything and spruce it all up again. Oh look, I got apples. Before my open garden visit day and tomato tasting contest for the email list subscribers. So I'm just going to give you fair warning that this is what the garden looks like normally when I haven't done all that weeding. You're going to see, I'll give you a bed by bed tour, and you're going to see weeds as well as veggies and flowers. I'll start with the containers here at the entrance because I am so pleased with this new variety of small container tomato that I am growing. It's called Tiny Tim. Very prolific, as you can see. So if you can only plant 1 or 2 little pots of tomatoes, I recommend Tiny Tim. Now let's see, my first bed here as we enter the kitchen garden is the raspberry bed, and they might produce another round of raspberries in September for me. I've got teddy bear sunflowers at the front. I am hoping that these sunflowers and those tall mammoth ones I've got out here will be in full bloom by that garden visit day. We'll see. It's taken a while. Here is the herbs and edible flowers bed. I've recently harvested all the garlic that was in here, and I'm thinking about something short season I could plant before the next round of garlic is planted later. And the first bed by the shed here is the strawberry bed. What? You see no strawberry plants in there. That's right. I interplanted them with lots of other stuff. They're June-bearing strawberries, so they're done. And I added more of those teddy bear sunflowers. I had interplanted bush beans. They're wax beans back in here. See? And I also am trying bush cucumbers for the first time, and those have just started blooming. Now, all the other stuff in here self-sows: edible flowers, borage, calendula, the dill, and I just noticed today that had a cilantro plant in here. So I'm going to let it go to seed, and it'll come back for me in the spring. And of course I've got edible flowers everywhere. The next 2 beds are tomatoes and other nightshades. There's tomatillos back there by the fence where they can get some extra support. And I have eggplant in here. There's trying to give you a shot of the ones I haven't yet to harvest. Big ones. And pepper plants too. There's a jalapeno hiding down here by the beet. I've interplanted these beds. Can you see it? Okay, there's the jalapeno. I've interplanted these beds with beets and celery too. Now the tomatoes are looking very leggy because I've been trimming away the diseased leaves, but as you can see, they are producing fruit. Some ready to harvest now, and hopefully still several that will be available for the tomato tasting contest. But I do need help. If you're growing tomatoes, please bring some for the tomato tasting contest. The more the merrier. The next beds are mostly beans, legumes. I'm happy to say that the Japanese beetles have abated for now. No reason to resort to chemical controls. I've just been knocking them into a container of soapy water, and really, this isn't too bad. I've had worse years by the time they're gone. So the pole beans are producing, just started. The bush beans, I have wax beans and purple beans in here, have been producing for a while. There's a purple bean. Mrs. Green Bean's skirt has grown, as you can see, very full, up and over her like a scarf. I have to clear her face most mornings. She is flanked by my zinnia cutting garden. They're not edible, but they are so easy and pretty and bright and long-lasting, just lovely to put in a vase on the kitchen table. So I always grow them. And she's also flanked by some Swiss chard on both sides. On the other side of the bean beds, I pulled out the snow peas that were back here before, and I sprinkled seeds on this side for lettuce. And on the other side, I sprinkled I planted radishes. These are black radishes. So that's a start on my fall crops. Now, this is the messiest bed at the moment, the Cukes and Bikes bed. Got a lot of work to do here yet. I want to pull out this forage in front and try to revamp that lettuce bed. The cucumbers, our vines here are still small because I purposely planted them late, hoping to avoid cucumber beetle issues. And the nasturtiums are still here, blooming, doing their work. I need to harvest the kale and just give this bed a good sprucing up. I also have a lot of morning glory vines to pull up. Seeds itself very prolifically, which is great for this arbor. Isn't that fantastic? Love it. I did not start these. The ones that I started from seed on purpose have not done so well, so it's nice to have these self-sowing themselves every year, even if it means a lot of weeding it out where I don't want it. So yeah, I gotta clear out the containers here, weed the pineapple mint pot. I still have to harvest the potatoes that are in the baskets. See them? And do what I can to get these containers looking fresh. And then the last bed back here is what I call the broccoli bed. I already harvested all the heads of broccoli and am now harvesting the side shoots. And oh yeah, there's some I missed. The Brussels sprouts that I planted down the middle have not done anything. So I don't know if I'll get anything. I may have planted everything too close together. You know me, always interplanting. I've got that Swiss chard in here that I never thinned, but I've been using it, just harvesting small leaves for baby chard. Yeah, I also have onions planted in between here. So here they are, ready to, I can pull them up and start curing them. And I still have some smaller celery plants here. So this is how the garden is looking at this point in the season. I hope you will sign up for my email newsletter and come see it in person when it'll be mostly weeded, and that you'll join us for the tomato tasting contest too. So I better get to work here, trying to make it as nice as I can before then. See you later.